Maalik Murphy's the Texas backup quarterback. He's 2-0 as a starter this year for a playoff team, and you heard LT mention this. He is in the portal, and he's not going to stay with the team. He is leaving the team now, which means he will one play, as we saw with Texas, and this would be so Texas, for Quinn Ewers to get hurt and early on in the game against Washington, and now your backup is officially Archibald Manning. I don't know if that's his real name, but Arch Manning is officially the backup quarterback now. And last night when we first saw this news break, you reacted like, I think it was either you or Brown, like oh, Sark has told Maalik that Arch is QB2 going into this playoff game.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Like, I don't understand it from Maalik Murphy's standpoint unless he was told you're number 3. And his comments, that he is all in on this team and he hates it. Well, if you hate it, don't transfer out.
Well, from his point of view, if there's a place he wants to go,
that's right.
Columbus, Ohio, he could be fearful that he's going to get left behind, that they're not going to wait on him.
Or maybe he wants to go to Florida State.
Or maybe he wants to go to Florida State, wherever it is.
If I don't commit now, then they're going to go Cam Ward.
But I would say, look, I have committed to this team. We've got I hope you would respect this. If you really want me to be your quarterback next year, if you want me to enter the portal and transfer over, I'm going to tell my staff and my teammates, but I am sticking with these guys through this journey.
Okay, let's use Auburn for an example.
I think that's only fair because if Maalik Murphy is the better option than Arch and Quinn Ewers goes down, you're letting everybody down. Let's say somebody lands on his shoulder in the Washington game.
Oh, an injury can happen.
Oh, if an injury happens, I don't think there is any way Arch Manning is able to lead Texas to a win.
One thing we know is that Maalik has experience. They won 2 games with him.
Right.
He's played more than Arch Manning. But on the flip side of that, when we first started doing a show together in 2009, there was a backup quarterback for Alabama behind the great Greg McElroy. But when we were in Pasadena getting ready for Alabama and Texas, what did Nick Saban tell us? If Greg McElroy went down play 1, would it be QB2 that would go in there or who?
Yeah, it was going to be QB3, which at that point was A.J. McCarron over, I guess, Star Jackson, right?
Yeah, and it would have burned his red shirt. See, that's the thing there. That was before the 4-game red shirt deal.
So I think this is a different situation. If truly Arch Manning was the best option, he would have played against BYU and Kansas State, and he didn't.
Yep.
So to me, there is a drop-off between Maalik Murphy and Arch. I think people will make a big deal of this for a couple of days. It'll go away. But for whatever reason, if Quinn Ewers gets hurt and the reason Texas loses is because Arch Manning,
he's got a history of getting hurt, too.
Quinn Ewers definitely does.
Didn't survive the Alabama game last year.
Yep.
This year, got hurt, missed 2 games where Maalik had to start, and then he came back because it was so shaky. He came back before he was 100%.
And if you've got enough confidence in your team, first of all, I don't think Maalik Murphy, if they win a national championship, should get a ring for abandoning his team going into the playoffs. Just my personal belief. But stay there because if he does get hurt, just imagine what Cardale Jones did for his stock.
Yeah, so you're telling me Oscar Sheboy gets a game ball for a free throw, but you're not going to give Maalik Murphy
I got my own rules, man.
A national championship
I got
ring?
my own rules. That was Oscar's first point. Hey, look, he is all in with the Pacers in that paycheck. Maalik Murphy getting his NIL money. I'd pull his NIL money, too.
Texas Terry, Maalik wants to explore the best options for schools, and best slots will be gone by the end of the first portal window. And you're right. If he waits until after finishing, this is why the calendar is screwed.
The calendar is completely effed. You've got to move this to January. You have to. This is not fair to teams. It's not fair to coaches.
It's not fair to Maalik Murphy that he has to make this decision.
I would agree.
Yeah, it's not fair. Not fair at all.
But, we see portal quarterbacks moving in the spring. He could find a location. It might not be his number 1 location, but I just think it's more important. He's been committed up to this point. I think he owes it to his teammates. But whatever.
But this screams tampering.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever he ends up.
Yeah, there is no way he doesn't have a destination, right?
You don't walk out on a national championship run without knowing where you're going.